Of course, there have been and we have to admit there has been some progress made on issues of women's health and food security and so on, but we still have dramatic figures that an estimated something like 60% of the undernourished people in the world are women and girls. That's a horrific figure to think about it, that young women between the age of 15 and 24 have a 50% higher chance of being infected with HIV. And 35% of the women, if I was to ask every third woman in this room to stand up, that's the ratio of sexual and gender-based violence still. So these are horrific figures with which we are beginning our discussion and entering the 2030, the implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Take the other side then. So when we talk about democratic accountability, let's begin with the crude figures of what happens in parliaments. And we find that parliamentary representation of women in parliaments have gone from 11% 20 years ago to 22%. So it's taken us 20 years to make that slight improvement. But there are still 38 states in which women have less than 10% parliamentarians. 4 chambers with no women at all. And Rwanda, with 63%, is not the norm. It's the exception. And then if you look at the executive branch, the numbers are probably even worse. The judicial branch, which my organization, the International Development Law Organization, works very often, is equally poor, with only 27%, global figures, 27% of judges being women, 25% of prosecutors, and only 9% in the police force. So if we work at this current rate, then political parity will not be reached until 2080. So way beyond the end of the agenda, the calendar of the Agenda for Sustainable Development.